thing about Learton Park and our Texas Longhorn wagon tours and safaris is it's an attraction for all ages, from the littlest kid to the oldest person.
People are amazed that they can actually come here and visit us and get an insight into our everyday life.
This is a real lifestyle that we live.
A lot of people are interested in what happens behind the scenes, and that's what they get with us. They can ask any question about anything and we'll know that we'll answer honestly, and they're fascinated by our journey from how it started right to the finish. They actually just see the finished product, but they're always interested in what happened in the previous years, and that's part of the experience being here for them, is for us to be very open and honest with them.
They enjoy the atmosphere. They know they're in our home, and the whole experience is, enjoying a couple of people's way of life.
Our lives are open to them for the day, and they can actually see what happens on a small property and how two people have combined saddle making, Texas Longhorns and a tourist operation together and diversifying the property.
We started off on the right foot just with a warm greeting to people, and we mean it. Either one of us or both of us meets each guest. It sets things off the right way, so people know that it's a natural experience here. Everybody loves Penny, our kangaroo. She's part of this family ever since we rescued her off the side of the road as a little baby Joey. She's free to go whenever she chooses, and she does, but she chooses to come back each morning. This is not a zoo, whether it's the cattle or the kangaroos or wherever else all the other animals we have here, they're just pretty well nature at work. You get to see them in their natural environment. Our original experience was the Texas Longhorn wagon tour, which involves, of course, a horse-drawn wagon, and when you add Billy T and Damper into it, it was great, and we're really, really well received. But we wanted to add something where it was more hands-on and interactive, so people could actually get out of the vehicle. So we added what we call our Texas Longhorn Safari. We use Polaris Rangers for that purpose. It allows people to interact with the Texas Longhorns. It's a great experience.
Texas Longhorns have a really quiet, gentle nature, and that allows people, when they're here during our safari experience, to get up close to them, to spend time patting the animals. It's a real hands-on experience.
Now, we look after our cattle and we treat them well, so we don't have any problems with the temperament of the Longhorns. And JR's horns exceeded the length of anything else that was in the world back in 2011. So we went through the process with the Guinness World Records, had him certified by them, and eventually we got the certificate to say he was the longest horned beast of all the cattle in the world.
JR's horns now exceed 3 metres from tip to tip, or 10 feet in the old language. And not only do we have JR, who's still here, but we have his nephew Newt, whose horns are longer than what JR's were when he became the Guinness World Record holder. We also have Millie, who is the longest horned cow in Australia. Those 3 cattle are now listed in the Gallery of Horns, which is a website that showcases the longest horned cattle in the world. Apart from our Texas Longhorns, we have other breeds of cattle: African Watusi, Scottish Highlanders, Indian Gers. We also have water buffaloes and American bison. So it's a real bovine experience here.
Everything we do revolves around animals, and especially the horses. Beautiful animals, gentle giants, Woodrow and Gus, our wagon horses. They're so lovable. You can't go out into that paddock with those horses without them having to come over to get a little bit of attention from you. Yeah, it's just too good not to share them with other people, and it's the same with the saddle making. Something that I've been doing for a long time. It's just a pleasure to be able to show people. They see a saddle that I've actually created. The enjoyment they get out of seeing that finished product, it's priceless. So we don't take that for granted, We figure if we got this ability to do this, it would just be almost wrong not to share it with other people. And that just goes year in and year out. We get that same feeling, and we're always trying to do something a little bit different here. Add a little extra to our attraction every year to keep it a little bit more interesting for us and for others. So when you add all that together, you have something that just keeps you going. I'm very grateful for the fact that I do what I do, and the fact that I've got somebody that I've spent most of my life with, which is Linda. I think we complement each other, and anybody that's been here will see the connection that we have, especially when we're putting on our presentation and the interaction between two of us. I mean, I feel so grateful that Linda will still laugh at my jokes.
It's actually been a really wonderful ride together. We've sort of been together for years and years, and everything is still pretty exciting and new. Yeah, love what we've achieved and still love what we do with a passion.